to Late to School, a Yuri on Ice watchcast. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Zach.
And today we're going to be talking about the anime we've been talking about for the past 18 episodes, Yuri on Ice.
Uh-huh. We sure are.
It's really weird that we managed to stretch a 13-episode anime into 18 episodes, but we only watch half an episode.
Uh-huh. This is more episodic than the show.
I don't know how to segue into the bit I have to do from this bit, so I'm just gonna say...
Start your next bit,
I'm just gonna break kayfabe immediately.
Uh-huh.
So I did some research.
Uh-huh.
So, since we have all of the inner senshi, or inner guardians now...
Uh-huh. Inner senshi, you fucking...
no one ever says inner guardians. Because
Okay.
no one watched this very good dub.
Okay.
And we know Usagi's blood type and star sign.
Yes.
I was curious what everyone else's blood types and star signs were.
Okay, good thinking, yeah.
So, I looked them up.
Uh-huh.
Going down the list, Ami is a Virgo.
Of course she is.
And she's type A.
Uh-huh.
Rei is Aries, and she's type AB.
They're the most stereotypical signs they could be.
Oh, get ready.
Uh-huh.
Get ready for another reason.
Uh-huh.
Mako is Sagittarius and type O.
Uh-huh. She's me. That one's... Well, I don't know about type... I don't know my fucking blood type. I should know that.
You should know that.
But I do know I am a Sagittarius.
Okay. And Minako is a Libra and type B.
Okay.
Mamoru is a Leo and type A.
Okay.
So, before I get into the star sign stuff, I did look up blood type personality stuff.
Yes, because we did that for the first one, but we only talked about Usagi's.
Yeah. So type A, Ami and Mamoru, is earnest or neat.
Okay.
It is also stubborn and anxious.
Okay. That makes sense.
Type O is easygoing, leadership ability.
Uh-huh.
And insensitive or unpunctual.
Okay. Who was that again? Was it just Usagi?
That's Mako and Usagi.
Okay.
Also, Type A has a 40% population in Japan, and Type O has a 30% population.
Okay.
Type B has a 20% population.
Okay.
It is passionate or creative, and selfish or uncooperative.
Okay, and that's Rei.
That's Rei. That's only Rei.
Only Rei? Okay.
Oh, no. That's Minako.
Okay. Is it Rei?
Rei is type AB.
Okay.
Type AB is 10% of the population in Japan. It is the rarest blood type.
Okay.
Which I think is the opposite, or at least in America, type O is the rarest blood type.
Okay. That's really interesting.
AB is talented or composed, and
Okay.
eccentric or two-faced.
Okay. I can kind of see some of that for Rei.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm shocked she doesn't have the passionate one.
Yeah.
She's a hot-headed psychic.
So here's the thing about their star signs.
Yeah.
I did not look up the personality traits for the star signs.
Oh, you didn't? I'll tell you right now, they match.
They do match, because I know that instinctually.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Star signs.
What's up?
Western Zodiac.
Yeah.
They are all ruled by a planet. Now, Cancer, for example, is ruled by the moon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The planet, my favorite planet, the moon.
Virgo is ruled by Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Aries is ruled by Mars.
Yep.
Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Libra is ruled by Venus. And Leo is ruled by the sun.
Yeah.
Which is strange.
Huh.
I don't understand that one quite so much.
I guess, in tandem with the moon?
In tandem with the moon, yeah, that's fair.
Or maybe they were mainly thinking about personality.
I did look up some compatibility. I forgot most of it, but the moon and Cancer and Leo are very compatible.
Okay. I'm glad this show did its research.
Mm-hmm. Cancer and Virgo also very compatible. Usagi and Ami.
They are.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, with that trivia, let's get on to the episode.
Yeah.
Our first episode this week is episode 39, Paired with a Monster, Mako the Ice Skating Queen.
Yeah.
It was directed by Takao Yoshizawa and written by Katsuyuki Sumizawa. Okay. It first aired December 26, 1992 in Japan, and October 25th, 1995 in English.
I just want to, real quick, for reasons later.
Mm-hmm.
Say the writer's name again for me. Sorry.
Katsuyuki Sumizawa?
Katsuyuki Sumizawa. Now, is Katsuyuki Sumizawa a woman, to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay. That's just... There's a reason.
There's
a
reason?
Yeah, we'll get to the line. There's a line.
Okay. So, this episode opens in Usagi's room.
Yes.
Where she, Minako, Luna, and Artemis, I guess begrudgingly, are...
Minako just brought her cat.
Uh-huh. They are watching an ice skating show on the TV. I guess they're just showing it.
Yeah.
TV's just showing an ice skating show.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we learned the two they're watching are, like, gold medalists.
Yeah, presumably in the Olympics.
Yes. I think they say Olympics later. But this is not it. The Olympics are not currently happening in the show.
Well, 1992, was that a Winter Olympic year, or...?
I don't know why I said like I had to think about it, because there is literally no information in my brain that could possibly allow me to deduce the answer to that question.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't do the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
The only sports I know is esports, and not that one either, even. Like, that one a little bit.
You don't even know esports.
I Smash Brothers. That's an esport.
Do you watch... We can't do this. This is not a good bit. This isn't entertaining for anyone.
And Usagi and Minako are just enamored.
They are
with
really
these two,
into these ice skaters.
Who we learn are named Misha and Janelin.
Yeah.
Which are some good names.
Uh-huh.
Misha Collins and Janelin.
Why?
It's the only Misha anybody knows, except for this guy. Probably.
He's not real. I want to be clear about that.
This Misha?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know.
This isn't a fucking Arthur situation where they just got Yo-Yo Ma to cameo.
How fucking wild would that be, though?
It would be incredible.
Artemis and Luna are not enjoying their sort of ice skating obsession so much, but Artemis does say that maybe Usagi's obsession with ice skating could be a way of her taking her princess responsibilities seriously?
Yeah, does he explain that yet, or is that later?
Luna does sort of explain that for him by saying that the ice skating was the most sort of popular sport in the Moon Kingdom. Mm-hmm. On the Moon Kingdom? On the Moon.
On the moon.
In the Moon Kingdom.
In the Moon Kingdom. Do we see the flashback here?
Yes, we see
like the Moon Kingdom and Princess Serenity skating. Mm-hmm. Just a bunch of people just milling about on this outdoor ice skating rink, I guess?
Yes, this outdoor ice skating rink that is like set into like a crater on the moon, which is very cool.
Presumably made of like crystallized moon dust.
Yeah. Or ice.
Sure.
It could be just I assume the Moon Kingdom had water.
I mean, yeah, probably.
It was probably liquid water on the moon.
You know, it's cool if it's crystallized moon dust.
I guess, but then why would they call it ice skating?
Translation.
Okay. Do you think the Moon Kingdom spoke a different language?
No.
Okay.
Well, they spoke Japanese.
I meant from what the characters are speaking presently.
Yeah, Japanese. Unlike what the characters are speaking presently, which is English.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and we do see Usagi in the flashback in her princess dress. Mm-hmm. Just skating.
Skating. She's very good at it.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't skate in a dress that long, I feel like.
Probably not, but she's the princess. She can do what she wants.
Not in terms of, like, etiquette. I mean, like, in terms of safety.
She's the princess. She can do what she wants.
Oh,
she's not gonna get hurt.
She did. And then she got reincarnated into a human girl.
She got cosmic powers. It's fine.
Okay. Usagi is very excited to learn that she used to be, in her previous life, very good at ice skating.
Uh-huh.
And says, I guess I'm just one of the lucky ones blessed with an overabundance of talent.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of laughs excitedly, I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
Pridefully? I don't know what exactly, how exactly to describe her emotion here.
Glee.
Gleefully. And then we cut to the Dark Kingdom, where Kunzite sort of makes the same observation that Luna does, which is that, hey, ice skating used to be the most popular sport on the Moon Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think he's watching the same show that Usagi and Mina
the Dark
watching.
Kingdom has cable, and fucking Kunzite is just watching Misha and Janelin skate.
on a hologram.
Yeah.
And Queen Beryl is like, yeah? And Kunzite's like, we could use that to draw out Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. And Beryl is like, okay, sure.
Sure, go ahead.
Go for it, but don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up this time. And then Endymion is here. And he's like, hey, you sack of shit.
Endymion is the Zoisite to Kunzite's Nephrite.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a hell of a sentence I just said.
And Endymion is basically just like, you're not being very honorable. That's not very Bushido of you, Kunzite.
But Kunzite counters that just winning the fight.
Yeah, just winning the fight is more important than
how you win.
I think he's like, any fight you don't win isn't... No.
It's like, it only matters if you win.
Yeah.
The battle only matters if you win.
Which is not true.
Yeah?
I'm just saying.
From like an honor perspective, or just like factually? Like
from factual perspective.
Sometimes
if you lose a fight, you still fuck them up.
That's fair. Attrition.
Yeah.
And then they sort of... They have a moment where Endymion snipes back at Kunzite about something. And then we just zoom in on Kunzite's face going, "Huh," and then we zoom in on Endymion's face going, "Hmm." And it's these fucking babies.
Yeah.
This fucking baby fight.
I don't know how Queen Beryl hasn't just killed both of them.
Yeah. I got sad about Zoisite again when you said that.
Sorry.
Then we cut to a skating rink, where we see Misha and Janelin. I do want to point... we haven't described Misha and Janelin, and I feel like it's important to describe at least one of them. I will say Misha has sort of just, like, flowy blonde hair, and he's just kind of...
wearing, like, an open... Like, dress shirt.
Like you wear.
Black slacks,
Like you wear.
Yeah.
And Janelin is my girlfriend, and I love her.
Janelin is a My Little Pony character.
Okay.
She has blonde hair, like, sort of like, not a pixie cut, but kind of a pixie bob, I guess.
Yeah.
And...
that, like, part of, like, half of it is dyed
pink. The bottom half is pink.
No, the top half is pink.
Oh, is it?
The bottom half is blonde.
Okay. That's a weird thing to do.
I don't know, I feel like that'd be hard. It'd be harder to dye the bottom half.
No. Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because you just dip it. You just dip the bottom of your hair.
Yeah, you just dip the top of your hair, too.
Okay, sure.
Do I just not know how hair gravity works?
I think you don't know how hair works.
Okay.
As we've established.
Okay.
Anyway, she's very good.
She's very good. She's got a good design. And they do a twirl.
And they're European.
That is quite literally the only way you could describe their accent.
Yeah.
They aren't from any particular country.
No.
They're just European.
They're
citizens of the world. And Janelin twirls and falls and is like, what? I'm so tempted to do the accent, but I can't even replicate it.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Janelin blames Misha
For dropping
her, and Misha's like, "This is your fucking fault."
They basically...
I can't convey the fucking tone without doing their stupid accent.
They have a spat.
They have a spat.
They're very dramatic because they're European.
They're European and also figure skaters.
And basically, they, break up and are about to leave.
Yes.
Each is about individually to leave the skating rink.
God, I have, so many questions about the world building of this episode.
What? How?
Oh, well, we'll get to it soon-ish.
Okay.
Well, because they're about to just fucking fuck off. And we hear a voice behind them say, "I won't allow you two to split up." And then they turn.
And Kunzite is here.
And he's floating.
He's floating.
In a dark void. Above the ice rink. And he says, they're basically just like, huh?
Oh, wait, huh? What the fuck?
And
I haven't seen this ice skating trick.
And Kunzite, can you imagine a magician on ice?
It would be amazing.
That would be incredible, right?
I mean, a lot of ice skating performances are already kind of basically magic. There's a lot of sleight of hand.
Really?
Or sleight of feet.
Sleight of feet. Huh.
Also sleight of hand, though, I've seen.
Okay. And Kunzite says, "Congratulations! You have been chosen to become minions to serve the Dark Kingdom." And then we just kind of get a shot of their confused faces and then cut away to a different scene.
Yeah.
Which is outside.
Outside of the skating rink.
Yeah. Well, a skating rink. We don't know it's the same. It's the same skating rink.
Yeah, it's the same. I guess a few days later, probably.
Time is weird in Juba.
Yeah. All of the girls are here.
Yes. Because Usagi and Minako have convinced them to come here. Because there is this new skating rink.
The new skating rink.
And I guess it's probably not the same skating rink then.
I guess do they say it's new?
I'm pretty sure they say it's new, yeah.
Did Kunzite go all the way to Europe? Sort of just snatch Misha and Janelin up, take them back to Tokyo, and be like, set up a business here.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
He did do that.
Sure.
So there's Misha and Janelin are here. They're not here in the scene. I'm saying Usagi and Minako explain that Misha and Janelin are here at the ice skating rink, and they are giving free lessons in honor of the grand opening of this big, very weirdly architectured fucking ice skating rink.
You're giving free lessons to any group of 5 girls. And who is it? Who is it that's like, hey, that's weird?
Well, yeah, I think it's Mako.
Mako is like,
Mako,
hey, that's
or Ami.
weird.
It's either Mako or Ami who says, hey, that's weird, and Usagi's like, yeah, and Minako is like, yeah, it's pretty suspicious, we should check it out, right? And I love how Minako's character is developed in, some of these, the way she talks about things like this. Because she's clear, Minako is just kind of a more competent Usagi.
Yeah,
she does care a lot about the mission and everything.
Yeah.
But she also really wants to do fun shit and will use any, mission-based excuse to do fun shit.
Yes.
Which is really funny. It's a really good dynamic. And Minako, trying to convince the other girls, Minako says, just ask and you shall be answered in the order in which you ask. And Ami says, I believe the phrase is ask and it will be given to you. And I don't think either of those are anything.
They might be Japanese phrases.
Maybe.
Or Japanese sayings.
Yeah.
I've never heard them before.
No. I like Mina's version, though.
You like... Okay, sure.
Just ask and you shall be answered in the order in which you ask. You know?
Yeah, okay.
And the girls sort of hesitate, but they do eventually, join in.
Yeah. And we like cut to them. They've gone inside and changed into like ice skating outfits.
Yes.
Like figure skating outfits. They're all very cute.
Usagi looks like Peach with a fire flower power.
Yeah, she's like just white and red.
Uh-huh.
I think all the other girls are kind of like just their color.
Mm-hmm. I do want to say when not in her ice skating outfit, Rei is wearing the pink overalls again.
Yeah, she's in her pink overalls.
Which
is great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love those pink overalls.
And Usagi is having trouble just walking with her skates on.
She has her skates on and can't really do it.
Yeah, which
She's
is fair.
not on the ice yet.
Yeah.
Which makes it even harder.
Yes. I think that's valid.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't understand how people ice skate.
No.
In the slightest.
Not at all.
Just put some blades on your feet and do a move.
Yeah.
No.
Cut the ice.
Shave that ice.
Uh-huh.
No.
No.
I will not.
Okay.
And then Misha and Janelin sort of come out just on the rink.
Yeah.
And do a quick sort of pre-performance.
Yeah.
For their sort of captive audience. And Usagi and Minako are just in love.
They're in absolute love. They do at one point specifically call out Misha, but I want to note that for most of this performance, the camera does focus on Janelin. And I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Baikon, Minako Ayano, and Usagi Tsukino.
They do explicitly, like, while they have hearts in their eyes, say, look at them.
Yeah.
Like,
and we sort of pan over the audience and see all the other girls also have hearts in their eyes.
Yes.
Just everyone is extremely into this whole thing.
Yes. I guess they wouldn't be here if they weren't.
Right, sure. Although, free ice skating lessons.
Yeah, true.
And I think we also zoom in on Mako.
Yes.
Who is watching Misha specifically
very
intently. And she sort of whispers to herself.
I think it's internal monologue.
Okay. Either way, she says, "He looks just like the boy who broke my heart."
We're back to this well.
Yes. Oh, don't worry. This well will never run dry.
But yeah, the ice skaters finish their little performance, and everybody cheers. And Janelin sort of introduces the thing that they're doing and starts to get everybody out on the ice, and starts with Usagi and Minako. Usagi hesitates, though, and the others sort of go ahead of her. And so, like, Rei, Ami, and Minako...
They're, like, fine. They're sort of going slow, but they're not, like, panicking or scrambling on the ice.
Janelin starts this with, like, the first step...
Oh, my God.
I tried. Is, to, like, get used to being on the ice.
Yeah.
And that's clearly what they're doing. And Usagi is scared.
And as she's sort of contemplating...
Yes. Mako
just goes for it.
Well, first she checks on Usagi. I think that's important to note. She is like, you okay, Usagi? And Usagi's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm getting there. I'll get there eventually. And Mako's just like, okay. And then Mako just strides out onto the ice.
I don't know how to describe... I don't know the correct superlative, because she's not shredding the ice.
No.
That's what Rei and Yuichiro did.
Yeah.
But she is very good.
She fucking does, like, 50 fucking spins.
Yeah,
I do want to point out, everybody is very impressed with this, and Ami says the line, Mako looks amazing, while blushing. Yeah. She is the only one blushing.
Yeah, Sagittarius and Virgo, pretty compatible, according to my research.
Interesting. And then Usagi is sort of jealous of the attention that Mako is getting.
Uh-huh.
So she sort of tries to run out onto the ice to get to show her up. And then
Immediately
eats
falls
shit.
on her ass.
Uh-huh. And then she tries to stand up and cannot
Nope.
do the thing.
Can't do it.
And Luna and Artemis are like, well, also they're here.
Yeah, they're here.
I don't think they were outside.
No, I don't remember seeing them.
This is such a, like... this show is the television version of... You know, in D&D, when you play a wizard and everybody constantly forgets you have a familiar until they suddenly remember that the familiar is in this scene?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. If your DM's doing that, have a talk with him or them because your familiar is important to your character and your story, and if they aren't acknowledging your familiar... then
if they aren't acknowledging your magpie...
then they're doing a bad job of setting scenes. Just saying.
Welcome to Call Outpost for our tabletop role-playing game, friends.
I'm calling out many DMs.
That's fair.
Had.
That's true. That's fair. In fairness, also, wizards should also remember that their familiars are with them. I feel like a lot of wizards
I'm just saying familiars
are
are NPCs, and that is the DM's purview for the most part.
That's fair.
Anyway, Luna and Artemis are here.
Yeah, and they are disappointed in Usagi. What else is new?
Yeah. They're cats. They're always disappointed.
That's, I think cats have been appointed sometimes.
Maybe. They were probably real proud of the Egyptians.
Yeah! They built a ton of shit.
Yeah.
And did good by the cats. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
Mako is cool. Is
Yeah.
the thing. Is the main point of this. The scene here. And Artemis does mention that Sailor Jupiter used to be really good at ice skating too. Back on the Moon Kingdom.
Back on the Moon Kingdom.
I'm still not clear on, like, I guess the cats have both their full memories?
I think they have most of their memories. There might still be some stuff missing.
But, like, the sailors don't act like they do?
I don't think Luna and Artemis were reincarnated.
Really?
Yeah, I might be wrong about that, and I don't think it's been clearly established yet.
Okay.
But
why'd they lose their memories then?
I am unsure.
Okay. I'm trying to I hope my tone, I'm trying to be a little less angry
Thank you.
about the show not explaining shit.
I am trying to be a little more open about the fact that the show isn't explaining shit.
Okay. I think it would be fair to say the pacing is weird.
The pacing is definitely very weird, not to just in the middle of this episode go into this, but...
the pacing is weird of this podcast.
And, like, we had that big reveal.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
And it doesn't
And now we're ice skating.
Yeah, now we're ice skating.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I like this episode. I like all of these episodes. But it is very weird.
The way it's sort of like... Just the fact that we just still don't know so much.
Yeah.
When it feels like we should is what does kind of bug me.
That's fair.
And then Janlin sort of just calls everybody, all the other nameless background girls onto the ice, and then fucks off.
Yeah, she just leaves. Having arrived in a computer room.
Yes.
With a bunch of monitors just watching every possible angle of this ice skating rink.
Yes. And we see we see her sort of, like, focus on one monitor with, one of the girls on it.
Yeah, and scan them.
Yeah.
And compare them. We see, like, silhouettes of all the Sailor Guardians.
Yes.
And she compares the girl to all of those.
This is very, like, this is sort of revisiting, like, the high-tech of the, like, DNA scanner hair dryers.
I guess that's just Kunzite's thing.
Yeah.
Even he's a sorcerer, but also high-tech.
Yeah, I mean, they're aliens.
They are aliens.
Can be both.
Right. You're
We've
right.
seen Steven Universe.
I have.
They literally call shit magic in that show.
Yeah, true. But she scans a couple girls, and they aren't matches, obviously.
Yeah.
Janlin also, like, she does check Usagi, and she's like, oh, that girl is too clumsy to be Sailor Moon.
Uh-huh.
And just doesn't even scan her. Just skips over her completely.
Just adds her to the blacklist. can't do this. They can't do this.
No.
They super cannot. And then Kunzite is here.
Yeah.
In this room. He appears behind Janelin. And warns Janelin that the sailors are fucking dangerous as shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
Got it, Master Kunzite.
Got it, boss. Now this is where... No, I won't even talk about it yet. We'll talk...
Okay.
Back on the ice.
Misha
goes up to Mako. And Mako internally monologues about Misha's hair looking exactly... I feel like eventually we're going to be able to just, like, piece together some fan art.
Don't worry. Here's the thing.
She
She says Misha's hair looks like the boy who broke her heart. It doesn't. Spoilers, we see him.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even think that boy is blonde, so I don't know what the comparison she's made. Maybe he had really silky hair.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There was that one time she was like, oh, Crane Joe. He's just like...
Well, that was his eyes.
I thought it was his voice.
It might have been his voice.
But Misha sort of compliments Mako's abilities and asks to skate with her.
And it's clear from his, like, tone and the way the scene is framing him that he has a sinister purpose.
Yes. He's a sort of glaring pointy boy in an anime, which means he's automatically kind of a bad dude.
Yeah. He's either a bad dude or he's about to mentor a young, like, unathletic boy with, like, black hair and glasses into being an ice skating champion.
We need to watch that show also.
Yeah, we will at some point.
I haven't seen it. And we need to just find all the gayest anime and just watch them.
Oh, don't worry. I got them lined up.
Okay, good. But yeah, we do hear his internal monologue while he's skating with Mako, where he's like, she's very good for like her first time skating. Could she be Sailor Moon?
Just love... You were right. Just all of these episodes are the monsters being like, oh, this other Sailor Guardian? This is Sailor Moon.
They are so bad at it.
They're real bad.
Her hair!
There's a perception filter.
Okay. But Mako's fucking in love.
Yeah.
With this guy. And Misha tries to do a lift. He tries to lift up Mako.
But Mako is too heavy. And she apologizes. And then she's like, let me try. And lifts Misha. Lifts him. And then Ami, all the other girls are watching this. And Ami says the line. Ami says... I have it verbatim. If you want have it verbatim? Please say it verbatim, because it's important that we get it verbatim.
But Minako says, she lifted him, which we know. And Ami says, that's the first time any female has successfully done that.
Now listen, the 90s and 2014 were a different time. Using female as a noun is bad.
I'm pretty sure it was bad in 2014.
Yeah, it might also be a lip-syncing thing.
Maybe. Also, that is definitely not true.
It might have been true in 1992?
I am fairly certain it's not true.
I don't think it's true now, certainly.
No. There's...
Probably also wasn't...
There's always been strong girls.
There's always been strong girls.
Maybe not, like... Maybe that's never happened in, like, fucking professional skating.
I think that's what Ami means.
Okay. Then she should fucking say that. She's fucking 9,000 IQ ass.
She's hanging out with her friend. She doesn't have time to fucking fact check.
I'm just... This is the line that made me wonder whether or not this episode was written by a woman.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, to be clear, I want to be clear.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying in 1992 no woman was ever capable of lifting a man.
Right. My point is that, yeah,
Okay.
that definitely happened,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
But Misha is like, yeah, yeah.
Also, real quick though,
Uh-huh.
I do want to say, Misha couldn't lift Mako.
No.
And now Mako isn't chubby.
No.
And she's not tall enough for a lot of extra weight.
Uh-huh.
Which does mean if you aren't drawing Mako buff, you're a fucking criminal.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying, just muscle mass.
Unless she's just real dense.
I guess.
What-
I don't
she's
know
just
what
got-
that means.
Just got real dense bones.
Okay.
She's just got bones of steel.
Okay, sure. She's Wolverine.
She's Wolverine.
Okay.
Of course. It all makes sense.
Yeah, it all makes sense. The Dark Kingdom were so concerned about finding Sailor Moon, they missed Wolverine right in front of them.
Uh-huh. They haven't considered the threat of the mutants, of the X-Men.
Great.
Also, we do see Janelin sees this on the monitor, and is like, hey, what the fuck?
Hey.
No, he was joking, right? He was kidding
We
earlier.
are partners.
We are partners. She doesn't have the V. The V on
No,
her.
she doesn't.
I can't describe her accent. It's
I wish
She sounds like the spy from Team Fortress 2.
she kinda does. But he's meant to be French, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's not.
No. I wish I could have found their voice actors, but unfortunately, fucking no one knows any of
Oh, that's a shame.
the side characters from this dub.
And Misha is like, hey, you're my new partner. You be my new partner. And Mako's like, really? And then we sort of cut to commercial break.
How old do you have to be to enter the Olympics?
No idea.
It's probably older than 14, right?
Maybe?
Misha should consider that. I know he has an ulterior motive, but I'm just saying.
What if Mako knows that?
Mm-hmm. I want to point out real quick something that is evident in this scene, which is, or it has been evident before, but Misha is either really, really tall, or Janelin is really, really short. Because Janelin comes up to his fucking armpit.
Really?
And Mako is like a head shorter than him.
Huh. And Mako's explicitly really tall.
Really tall.
If Mako is a head shorter than him, then he's definitely really
He's
tall.
Really tall. I don't know how tall Mako is canonically. I think she's probably like 5'6" or 5'8", which isn't super tall because anime has cowards, but
she's fairly tall for a 14-year-old.
That's true. That is true. I've met 12-year-olds that were way taller than me, but
she might not even be done growing yet.
Yeah,
if she's 14.
Probably, yeah. Anyway.
Janelin has a microphone and announces over the loudspeaker of the ice skating rink that the free lessons
are over.
And everybody's like, what the fuck? Okay.
Most of them didn't even get lessons.
Yeah, no.
Mako's the only one who really got any sort of
involvement at all, and she already knows how to skate.
Yeah.
And then everybody starts leaving, but Misha keeps Mako there.
Yeah.
Which she is fine with.
She's fine with it.
Because he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Ami, Minako, and Rei outside, and they've changed back into their
all the girls are leaving and, like, have changed.
Yeah. But they realize that Usagi's not with them for some reason. And they look back and see if she's still
following them.
Yeah. And then the fucking shutters
just start slamming in sequence, like, along a line of the doors.
And the building has been closed off. Mm-hmm. And they're like, hey, what the shit?
Hey, And I think Minako...
This is suspicious.
Minako is like, this might be a Dark Kingdom trap.
Yeah, I think it's Ami, actually.
Oh, okay.
And we cut back inside. They don't say they're going to do anything before that scene ends.
No, they don't.
Okay. We cut back inside the ice skating rink.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the rink itself, but in like the halls around where Usagi
in
is.
the empty, nondescript halls that all buildings have.
Where the pretty cat burglar, Usagi the Kid, is sneaking around.
I think she makes some noises. She like...
Yeah, she does. I think she might do the yata-ta-ta-ta as she sneaks across the floor. Her internal monologue tells us that she is sneaking to get her fucking lesson.
Yeah.
That she was promised. Her free lesson.
Promised a free lesson. She's gonna get it.
And then we cut back to the computer room, where Janelin is still complaining to herself about Misha apparently, like, cheating on her with Mako. And then she says, well, forget that, and then jabs the computer monitor with Mako on it with her hand and breaks it.
And all of them. I mean, she doesn't break all of them, but they all turn off.
They they still turn. They stay.
Okay, well, never mind.
Okay. And then she runs out. I just love that she
just punch it.
She doesn't even punch it. She jabs it with her like open hand.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Like, fingertips first into a computer screen and breaks through the computer screen. Fucking shatters it.
Ice skaters are strong.
Yeah.
And also she's
not
a
in the hand. Well, I guess they have strong arms.
Probably.
And then she runs out, and we see Usagi still sneaking around, and she finds the computer room that Janelin just ran out of.
I think she sees Janelin running.
Does she? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And she looks into the computer room, and there's a bunch of computers.
Yeah,
and, like, she sees the like, Sailor Guardian comparison software window up on one of them. And a lot of the computers are just broken, also.
Yeah,
Like, Janelin jabbed through the monitor into the CPU.
Yep.
And has crashed everything.
Yeah.
The screens are still on, but everything is sparking. And Usagi's like, oh no! Mako! Gotta save Mako. And runs out as the computer room explodes.
It explodes!
She jabbed it so hard. Janelin is the scariest monster in the show.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
She doesn't need weapons or anything.
No.
She just fucking jabbed. And did a number on that computer somehow. And then we cut back to the ice skating rink. The actual, like, rink itself. Where Mako and Misha are still kind of standing. Just standing and staring at each other. Starstruck. And Janelin comes out and confronts Misha. And she threatens to kill them both. And Misha's like, no, it's not what you think. And Janelin is already transforming into a monster. Very gradually, like, bit by bit.
Yeah, there's a bit where Misha has essentially convinced her that he like, explains, no, I was checking to see if she was Sailor Moon. You're the perfect partner for me. And she's like, I can't stop it. It's already inside me.
This is some Akira shit. And her monster, she's just her.
She's her, but she's a robot.
I guess she's kind of robot-y.
They're kind of a robot.
Yeah, sure. Not as robot-y as, like, what was the doll one? I can't remember now.
Morido, I think.
No, not... Oh, yeah, Morido. Yeah, it was Morido.
No, not as robotic as her. No. But still.
I guess they're sort of... They have an android.
They have antennas.
Yeah.
I guess an android does.
I guess an android can have
They remind
those.
me a lot of Phantasy Star robots, is all.
Okay, yeah. Thinking about them as robots, I'm reminded of, Cave Story.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Art I've seen from Cave Story. Their designs aren't great.
I like hers.
Hers is fine. She doesn't look like a monster at all. She's like a person wearing a costume.
Monster only has to look like one certain thing? Fucking, what is the thematic consistency, the aesthetic consistency in Sailor Moon monsters, my dude? There isn't one.
Okay. They look like creatures, though. She just looks like a lady painted white.
Okay, sure.
With some antennae on her head. Not
sure.
the antennae aren't even on her head. She's got like a fucking headband.
Yeah, like Cave Story.
Yeah. But yeah, Janelin transforms, but she is fine with Misha now. Makoto is very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, Janelin. So, this is, I think, a good time to talk about the world building elements of this.
I thought we did that already, but okay.
We did.
I thought, because the first female to lift a man.
No.
That wasn't it?
No.
You said that was it, but okay.
No, I said that was the reason I asked about...
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The problems I have with the world building here.
Mm-hmm.
This does not work like any other monster we have seen.
In what way?
Janelin and Misha are still Janelin and Misha. But,
kind of.
Like, evil-ish?
Yeah.
But...
We have no reason to believe that, like, who was the hairdresser? We have no reason to believe that she wasn't just her but evil.
I guess, but we don't see that much of her personality.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why we have no idea what she's...
I guess.
You know?
I guess. And they... Well, okay, so... Misha also transforms.
Right.
And they sort of join up.
Mm-hmm.
And they do
ice skate around.
They ice skate around, and his monster form is just him but white and in a suit.
Yeah.
He does rip his shirt off first to transform,
yes.
And then has a new shirt and a suit jacket.
Welcome to the end of the world.
There's our obligatory one Utena reference per episode. Minimum one. And they sort of give they do give a sort of speech where they go, "We are amazing! The best pair of skaters in the world!" And they say that simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
And Janelin's like, "Oh, Misha!" And Misha's like, "Janelin!" And together they both say, "Together we are Zoilingeller."
Yeah, so this name... There is some debate how it is spelled.
Okay. Yes, I looked up the name myself because I wanted to see if I could find the meaning of it. And I saw the Wikipedia page has not the Wikipedia page, the Sailor Moon wiki page has a page called Zoirin Space Geller. Whereas the subtitles for this episode spell it Zoilingeller, all one word. And it's an L.
There are a variety. We don't really need to go over all of them.
Right.
Multiple different, subs have spelled it different ways.
Okay.
Also, there is apparently no meaning. It
really
is nonsense. It just sounds European.
That's kind of fantastic.
But,
so they have a combined monster name.
Yeah.
But they are still Janelin and Misha.
Yeah.
Which is confusing to me.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
know, is this...
Maybe their personalities are just so extra. That they couldn't be, subsumed.
Okay, so you are proposing, generally monsters, when summoned into a person, are possessing them, and have their own unique personality that overcomes the personality of the host human.
Right.
But because of the sheer dramatique of Misha and Janelin, they cannot be consumed by a monster.
Right.
In fact, that would also explain why they have one collective monster name.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a monster called Zoilingeller,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one monster that Kunzai had to summon into both of them.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't fit... They couldn't do one monster.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
And then... So Mako's upset,
Mm-hmm.
and then they attack Mako.
They attack her.
They call all their attacks, and I forgot to write down
Oh, damn it,
pretty much any of them.
They're all, I think, skating puns.
Yes. They do have blades.
Oh, there's a triple axle something.
There is They do have blades on their elbows, I want to point out.
Yes.
Which is pretty good design, actually, because they
Uh-huh.
can just do a spin and cut them up.
Yeah.
Skate around the place and cut them up.
It's a joke for no one but you and I.
Uh-huh. And they fucking kind of wreck Mako's shit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Their attack fucking pushes her into the walls
Yeah.
of the ice rink.
Yeah.
Is that what you call those?
Yeah, I think so.
And like cut up her fucking suit a bunch.
Yeah.
Suit. Her ice skate dress. I'm sure that has a name.
Probably.
And we see above in the bleachers.
Sure.
I guess the seating. Usagi has arrived. Arriven? Arove?
Why are you not arrived? It's fine.
Arrived?
Yeah.
Arrived. Yeah, you're right. And sees that Mako is being attacked and transforms.
Mm-hmm.
Then just fucking does speech at them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a particularly,
Is it not?
like an interesting speech.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same speech it's basically the same speech at the top of the episode, which we also didn't say, but...
So, can we say it?
Yeah, I'll at least... I didn't write down the exact phrasing in this part,
Okay.
but I wrote down the exact phrasing in the precap, so I'll read that. Unforgivable! How dare you ruin everyone's favorite winter sport by turning it into a weapon to torment innocent young girls who are just excited to be skating on ice? Well, I'm going to make sure to put a stop to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, Sailor Moon.
It's the name of the moon, I'll punish you.
Etc.
Douse yourself in water and repent.
Uh-huh.
I'm really frustrated that we still haven't gotten Mako's version of that, because it's very good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Her I thought it was douse yourself in water and... Oh, wait, no, Mako.
Yeah.
I'm dumb as hell. We do this show with these same characters
Uh-huh.
every week.
Yeah.
And I still fuck that up. But yeah, she does the speech and then jumps onto the fucking ice.
Uh-huh.
And her boots transform
into ice skates.
into ice skates.
Moon Princess.
Okay, no. She's not, no. Because she's not wearing the Moon Princess outfit that is distinct from the Sailor Moon outfit.
But she still has the silver crystal.
Are you saying the silver crystal made her boots into ice skates?
Probably.
I disagree.
Okay. It's just cool, man. She got skate. It's cool.
Just at least call it, Just say a thing that tells us,
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, I like Moon Tiara stop.
Okay.
Just call your attack, except your attack is just growing skates on your boots.
Yeah, I guess. And she, scrambles on the ice.
Yes.
Before.
It's a very dramatic entrance, and
Uh-huh.
then she eats shit again.
And she literally says, I can't even skate as Sailor Moon!
And then the, Zoilingeller
Uh-huh.
attacks?
Attack.
The skate monsters.
Attack.
I guess is it because they're
They
both
are
Zoilingeller.
They're holding hands.
They're holding hands. Let's assume this is one creature.
Okay.
As dumb as that is. The Zoilingeller
Mm-hmm.
attacks her. Or tries to. But then... skating?
We see, okay, Zoilin Geller is charging at Usagi as she
Yes.
sort of scrambles and tries to get herself situated on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
And we cut to Tuxedo Mask skating, I guess, towards them.
Yeah.
And as Zoil and Geller are about to, like, reach Usagi, Tuxedo Mask skates past and grabs her.
So, no Rose this time.
No
No
Rose.
Rose interruption, but where did he get the skates? Can he also grow skates?
He is magic, too.
He's a magic man, but but he's not from the Moon Kingdom, where they skate a bunch.
Listen, if you own a tuxedo and you don't own a pair of matching ice skates, what are you even doing?
That's valid.
I don't think it is.
He's the ice skating magician that we were talking about earlier. And Zoil and Geller are like, hey, Commander Endymion, what the fuck?
The fuck are you doing?
And Endymion explains that he doesn't like them. He doesn't like what they doing. He doesn't like them picking on innocents. Mm-hmm. And because of that, he's gonna deal with them first and then get the fucking silver crystal from Sailor Moon. Wink!
What? Why wink?
Because he's not. He's not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
He never does that.
No.
Usagi is excited at first, and then he says the thing about taking the silver crystal from her later, and she is less excited. And then the Endymion and the skaters, I'm just gonna call them the skaters.
You already came to a decision about
Zoil and Geller sort of square off. Mm-hmm. And so Zoil and Geller attacks Endymion. Mm-hmm. And Endymion throws Usagi to the side. And Usagi keeps her balance.
Yeah.
And spins around in a twirl. And she's like, hey!
I did it!
I can skate! And Zoil and Geller and Endymion sort of spar a bit, I think, and they're about to, Zoil and Geller is about to wipe out Endymion when Zoil and Geller gets hit by a Supreme Thunder.
Yeah.
Because Mako has transformed off screen without anybody noticing, I guess.
Yeah. They were busy.
She has to say Jupiter power make up in a really loud voice every time. There's a lot of lightning.
There's a lot of lightning.
How funny would it fucking be if we just saw her, a long-distance Mako transformation sequence in the background of this
fight? That would be great. That would be so good.
But yeah, Sailor Jupiter is here and has fucking shot this asshole. And the other asshole that is also the same asshole.
You're really...
This is a confusing monster to me.
Okay.
And then, the other sailors are here.
They're also here.
And then, you know who else is here? Who else shows up? But Kunzite.
It's Kunzite.
Who literally says, well, the gang's all here. And yeah.
Yeah.
We just need Beryl and that's everybody. Kunzite appears floating in the air above the ice skating ring. And tells Endymion that he fucked up. Cause he coulda just let this fucking slide.
Coulda let it slide.
Literally.
It's too much effort to leave.
But now he's gotta fucking die with him.
He's gonna die with him.
And
we see a weird glass tumor.
Yes, we see
we don't know it's glass at this point.
No, it is a glowing red orb that is stuck into something that we don't know until a little bit later.
I mean, at this point it just looks like it's stuck into the ceiling.
I mean, it is, but there's no establishing shot to tell us that's the ceiling. It's just a super close-up on this round thing. And then it fucking pulses with glowing red light. And we see that it is stuck in the ceiling. And then the fans, the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Above the, on the ceiling.
Yeah.
that the tumor thing is between,
start
start blasting wind.
and the ice rink
Mm-hmm.
starts to just freeze.
Yes.
Like
more than
frost.
it should be.
Yeah.
Because it sort of always has to be a little bit,
Yeah.
but not this much.
Not this much.
And everybody starts fucking shivering, and they're like, hey, what the fuck?
Hey,
And Kunzite explains that this is absolute zero ice hell.
Can you please give me a more dramatic read on that?
This is absolute zero ice hell.
Absolute zero ice hell.
Which, as far as I can tell, is not like the name of an attack. And it's just like he's just describing what's happening.
He is just describing what's happening.
Like metaphorically.
Uh-huh.
Like, this is a metaphorical hell. Because it's real cold, and you're gonna die.
Yep. So you've chosen to plunge into hell on your own. Ice hell.
Yeah. Absolute zero ice hell.
God.
Which is it? Would it be? Because absolute zero is very cold.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm pretty sure, by definition, wind cannot be absolute zero, because it's moving.
Magic.
If particles are moving, they can't be absolute zero.
Okay.
What?
I'm never gonna watch Star Trek with you. Fucking nerd.
It's funny.
You fucking Melvin.
It's funny.
You're being a Melvin right now.
No, it doesn't actually matter.
Okay.
It's just funny to say
I
on
know.
the podcast.
It's also funny to call you a nerd.
It's not. It's very rude, actually.
No, I think it's pretty funny to call you a Melvin.
I resisted the urge to call you a weeb earlier.
Well, that's because that's really, really shitty and annoying and bad.
Yeah. Anyway, Kunzai then says...
What were you gonna call me a weeb for?
I can't remember now.
Okay. We're both talking about anime.
We are. That's true. And then Kunzai says that he'll just come back and get the silver crystal when everybody's, like, done freezing to death. And then he fucks off.
And he
just
leaves.
disappears. This is a bad plan of his. It would have been a good plan if he just stayed.
But then he would be in absolute zero ice hell.
He could just stand in the fucking bleachers.
Yeah, he could. Listen, he's very confident.
He's too confident.
He's too confident.
I hate when villains are too confident.
Yeah.
Unless that's, like, the point.
Yeah.
Here it's just like he's being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But so everybody, the monster, Endymion, the sailors, all of them are freezing to death.
Mm-hmm.
And Endymion looks up at the glowy thingy on the ceiling and is like, of course.
Of course.
And he draws his cane.
And just fucking chucks it.
Yeah.
And he breaks the orb.
The orb, because it's made of glass.
It's made of
This
crystal.
This is a bad magical artifact.
Listen, most artifacts are really fragile.
No.
Yeah.
I was thinking D&D artifacts. If you're talking, like, artifacts, like, you know, like a thing in it. Like an old thing.
Like a real thing?
Yeah.
Not like a thing from your fucking dragon game?
I am not liking the nerd-shamey energy you're bringing to our anime podcast.
Anyway, it breaks. And
it breaks. It's definitely a dumb D&D artifact.
Sure.
Because those, you have to destroy a specific way.
I mean, maybe Kunzai, he just,
Kunzai made an artifact that can only be destroyed by Endymion's cane.
Yeah.
And then used it on Endymion?
It is. Well, he didn't intend to.
He shouldn't have ever.
I'm gonna bet that Moon Tiara Action could have destroyed it, though.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I would be fine if that is the thing that happened.
Okay.
Because the thing that actually happened is this chucklefuck threw a stick at it, and that undid the kill magic. If Usagi had done her fucking magic frisbee, Like,
Well, see,
sure.
Okay, the thing I'm saying is just that the magic frisbee is a kinetic object. All the other Sailor Guardians have, like, energy attacks, which wouldn't have done anything.
Okay.
I'm just saying...
I think it's dumb that any kinetic object could have... He could have thrown his fucking hat. That's not true.
Not hard enough. You try throwing a hat at a window, it's not gonna break.
That's fair. I guess it was the nearest
Throw a cane through a window, that's gonna break.
Yeah. No. No, it's not.
What are you talking about? Yes, it is.
That's a very fragile window.
Okay, sure.
Not a cane like that. I guess it's magic. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, fucking cold air stops,
Mhm.
and Zoilingeller is like, aha! Now the fight is back on. And Sailor Moon is like, no.
No.
And moon healing escalations.
And refresh.
And refresh.
And they fucking immediately from their refresh just do a fucking performance.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
God, they're so European.
I'm kind of mad that they don't have their, like... Okay, let me phrase this completely honestly. I'm mad that Misha has a shirt when he transforms back. It would have been way funnier if he did not have his shirt.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he did rip it off to transform, even though it gets replaced. So denouement.
Denouement.
Outside.
Well,
no?
First, Usagi is like, hey, Endymion, tuxedo mask. Hey, what's up? And he's like, not gonna help you next time. And then he leaves.
He's such a fucking liar.
I mean, we know he's a liar. He doesn't.
I think he does.
Okay.
I feel like he cannot justify the choices he makes.
Yeah. I think that...
He could just take the silver crystal now.
Yeah. This is the thing, and maybe this is better for after the episodes, but... Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah, I'll save it for after the episode.
Okay, because there is some other stuff about that I want to talk about after the next one, but it depends on stuff in the next one. Yeah. Denouement of this one, though. We're outside.
Mm-hmm.
Mako is sort of leaning on a half wall.
Right. Yeah.
And she is...
They're not outside the skating rink, they're just they're near a park.
Yeah. Probably the park. The one park that exists in Juban.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sad.
Yeah, she's
sad.
She's
upset because she thought... Basically, she just really liked a hot guy, and he thought for a moment that he liked her, and then he didn't.
Yeah.
Which seems to be kinda the story of her life.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
And there's really, there's some emotional music playing.
Yeah.
And she's, basically giving a speech about how, it's fine. She's fine. Mm-hmm. And there's emotional music playing.
Yeah, and she'll stop. I think she says stuff about she'll try to stop getting so enamored
with every guy.
Yeah.
And then a guy walks by, and the music just cuts. And he passes by completely. And then the fucking comedy music starts playing, and Mako is like, he looks just like the guy who broke my heart. And everyone pratfalls and are like, Mako! And the episode ends.
Yep.
It's very funny.
Mm-hmm. It's a good episode.
Yeah. So, next episode is episode 40, Big 4-0.
Yeah.
The legendary Lake Youkai, the bond of Usagi's family.
Yeah. We got a fucking yokai in this one.
It was directed by Harume Kosaka and written by Megumi Sugihara. It first aired in Japan, January 16th, 1993. New Year.
Oh, this is the first episode of the new year.
Yeah, there was apparently a big gap between the last episode and this one.
That is bizarre.
Yeah. But not really in America. It was October 30th, 1995.
Right, okay. I was instructed to write down the precap for this episode.
So please read this to us.
I will read you verbatim the entire precap speech. I'm so excited! We haven't taken a family trip for ages! And we're going to a hot springs? What? Why is there a monster here? How dare you interfere with our family time together? You're gonna pay for this, I promise. I am Sailor Moon, and in the name of my dad, I'll punish you.
The name of my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Just...
In the name of her dad,
Yeah.
she'll punish you.
In the name of God. Forgot about that one,
Yeah,
huh?
it's so good.
So, this episode opens, Luna wakes up,
Mm-hmm.
and Usagi isn't in bed, and she sort of wanders downstairs, and finds a full bowl with a note next to it.
Yes, she finds that nobody is in the house.
Nobody's
also.
home. And there's a note.
Mm-hmm.
And
A full bowl of cat food,
full
to be
bowl
clear.
yeah. And the note says... Did you write down what the note said?
Not exactly, but the gist of it is there's a bunch of doodles on it, first of all. The first one is just Usagi waving hi. Usagi's gotten really good at art.
Yeah.
And the note is from Usagi,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, Hey Luna, we're going on a family trip for, like, the next weekend, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was, like, a weekend. Because Luna actually starts this episode by saying, Hey, Usagi, you have a 2-day weekend, so you can focus on your princess training.
Right.
And then sees that Usagi is not in her bed.
Right, yeah.
And Usagi, the note says, Hey, we're gonna be away for the entire 2-day weekend. We left you a bunch of food. Watch the house while we're gone.
Yeah.
And Luna begins to cry.
She's so sad.
She's so tired.
Mm-hmm. And then we cut
Yes.
to the car
Yes.
where Usagi's family are driving to their vacation.
Yes. Dad is driving, Mom is in the passenger seat, and the two kids...
Shingo and Usagi are in the back seat without seatbelts.
Yep.
These fucking children.
Yep. You know what? I'm not mad at the children, I'm mad at their parents.
That's fair.
These, like, how could you let this happen? You keep looking back, like, in the rearview mirror to talk to them and stuff. You can't, like, can you not see?
Can you not see that they don't have seatbelts
have not
on?
eyes?
Do you not love your children? What will you do when they die? Especially given... So, Shingo is, like, playing on a Game Boy.
Yes.
Maybe a Neo Geo Pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi is, like, watching him play, and is just fucking backseat gaming.
Yes.
And she fucking tries to grab the Game Boy from him to, like, just play it herself, because he's doing so poorly.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi is a pro gamer.
Yeah.
And they struggle.
Or she's a Let's Play fan.
Yeah, and they, like, struggle, and the fucking dad calls back, and is like, hey, kids, calm down. Like a fucking dad.
Like a dad.
And in the struggle, Usagi drops her music box.
Yes.
And it's about, she's like, oh no, it's gonna break, and she catches it at the last second.
Mm-hmm. And Shingo's like, hey, why do you carry that fucking thing everywhere? And she says, trust me, I have my reason. He's getting away, you gotta shoot!
Great. And her dad looks back. Her dad asks her, he's, like, very joking, like, oh, did you get that from a boy?
He doesn't even, like, look back. He just says it as he's watching the road.
And she's like,
I think she says something like that.
Something like that. And he immediately just fucking lets go of the wheel. Or he
kind of spins the wheel, I'm pretty sure. He
spins the wheel and then just fucking turns his whole body back and starts yelling at Usagi for dating. And fucking Mom in the passenger seat is panicking and telling him to look at the road.
Yes, they're swerving over the over the road. There are other cars on the road. And Usagi's like, I was just kidding! And he immediately turns back around and is driving again completely calmly. Which, this is a very stereotypical sort of dad joke in a medium.
Yeah.
In media. But the fucking comedic timing and everything really fucking sells it. And the fact that he's so, like, it's so abrupt, his, like, changes of mood, it, like, actually really works well as a comedic moment.
Yeah. Also, I don't think we've ever mentioned Usagi's parents have names. I don't know if they're ever
Yeah.
said in the show at any point. But her mom is Ikuko, and her dad is Kenji.
Okay. I'm probably, for convenience, just gonna keep calling them mom and dad.
That's fair. I just wanted to mention that.
Mm-hmm. Also, Usagi's she's our viewpoint character.
Yeah.
We identify them as mom and dad.
Mm-hmm. Also, earlier in the season, we acknowledged that neither of Usagi's parents have the same hair as her.
Yes.
And I, at the time, was like, oh, there's a reason. Turns out there's not.
There's really not.
Because Minako says that her parents are her parents.
Yeah.
I guess because she's reincarnated, she was just blonde.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
I guess, but...
Because they are reincarnated identical.
Yeah, they are reincarnated identical. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I guess Shingo is blonde, kind of. That's weird.
Yeah, right? He's got, dirty blonde hair.
Yeah. And he's not a reincarnation.
Or is he?
Anyway.
But yeah, then we see the family arrive at the hot springs.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to point out, every time they do always say hot springs.
Yeah.
Plural.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird in sentences where they have to say a hot springs.
Do they say that?
Yes, in the precap she says, our family, we're going to a hot springs.
Huh. I mean, I guess that's...
Is that correct?
I guess that's correct. You don't have a hot spring.
Do you not?
I don't think so.
I feel... Well, okay. Why is it plural, then? There's gotta be at least one of them in there, right?
Well, yes, there are multiple.
Yeah. You can go to the... one of them.
I guess. I don't know.
This is the dumbest conversation we've ever had in this show.
It's fine.
And that's...
Yeah.
We see them, at the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're just sort of admiring the view.
Yeah.
Well, Usagi's sort of admiring the view. And Shingo is almost cheerily is well, this is boring as shit. I think his close to his exact words are, why would anyone want to come here if there's nothing here?
Mm-hmm.
And then Dad says that this is where he met Mom.
Yeah.
And as Usagi sort of walks closer to the lake, the music box just starts up.
Mm-hmm.
Spontaneously.
Yeah.
And she takes it out of her pocket and listens to the melody and becomes sad, remembering Mamoru.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, in the Dork Kingdom.
Why?
Got him. Kunzite and Prince Endymion are there in Queen Beryl's sort of throne room. I think they're looking at a hologram, but of the lake.
Yeah, of the center of the lake.
And Kunzite explains that he's felt a weird energy from
not like our own monsters.
Yeah,
but similar.
And it's coming from the bottom of the lake. And Beryl is okay, Endymion, check it out.
Check it out.
And then Endymion is cool, and leaves.
Uh-huh.
And Kunzite has a talk with Queen Beryl about, hey,
we can't really trust him, can we?
Yeah, he's been acting weird. Did I tell you about that time I almost killed him? Several times, actually.
No, probably not.
Probably not. He's been acting weird. He might be regaining his memories. Are you sure he hasn't been regaining his memories? And Beryl is maybe go. You keep an eye. Keep two eyes on him. And Kunzai's cool, and
will
leaves.
do.
And
then we cut back to the real world.
Yes, where the Tsukinos are in the hot springs.
Yeah, they're all wearing towels in the hot springs, which I guess is a thing people do. It seems like it would be really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Probably less uncomfortable than being naked in front of your parents, or your parents being naked in front of you, but still. Because it is a co-op hot spring, and they're all in it.
There is, like... I know there's, like, cultural differences there, but I imagine the towels suggest that it's not that different of a cultural difference.
Right.
Usagi is, having herself a splish splash,
Mm-hmm.
and the parents are just relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
And Shingo is 10 feet away from the fucking pool.
And he does not want to get in.
No. And Mom says a thing here, that I want to point out, while Shingo is standing outside of the pool, which is, hurry and come in before you catch cold.
Well, yeah. It's winter.
Catch cold?
What, you've never heard anyone say catch cold?
No.
Okay.
Catch a cold, yes.
Before you catch cold is a very common turn of phrase.
Really?
Yeah.
I have never heard anybody say that, and it sounds...
You haven't watched enough period dramas.
Ridiculous. It's an absurd way of phrasing that. You catch a cold. And Usagi somehow, again, learning from Melvin, sneaks up behind him and pushes him into the spring.
Which seems really dangerous. That can't be very deep. The fact that he didn't fucking break his head open.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm sure hot springs... I've never been in a hot spring. I'm sure hot springs don't get as hot as, like, a hot tub.
No, they get hotter.
Really?
Yeah. If you stay in a hot springs are so hot that if you stay in them too long, you will pass out, and...
Oh.
It's bad.
Yeah. In that...
At the very least, I don't know... I guess I don't know about outdoor hot springs, but that's definitely true for indoor hot springs.
Okay. That would make... The difference there would make sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't put your head under the water.
You shouldn't.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
And Shingo revenges.
And steals Usagi's towel.
Yes.
And, there's antics. She chases him.
Uh-huh.
He fucking runs to the edge, and I knew he wasn't gonna fall, but I was so nervous about it. There's like a cliff. To be clear.
There's a cliff sort of overlooking the lake that the hot springs are actually
on. And he stops, and Usagi catches up to him and snatches her towel back.
She's like, "Ha! You let your guard down!"
And Shingo is like, who's that guy down there? And Usagi looks, and we see a man with black hair wearing a fucking Vanta black tracksuit.
And Usagi somehow realizes who this is, or has a strong suspicion of who this could be. And that suspicion, she is very upset. And that suspicion is confirmed when he sort of turns his head, and it's Mamoru.
It's Mamoru.
And Mamoru's here. He has not seen her.
No.
But she's seen him.
She immediately, runs out to try and catch him. And Shingo and her parents are like, Usagi, where are you going?
Yeah, exactly like that. Usagi gets dressed in the, one of the robe things, I guess they give to...
It's a yukata.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know shit. And she has run down to the lake and has found Mamoru by a statue that we don't get a very good look at this point. It's of two figures. And they see each other. And Mamoru does not recognize her.
Nope. And you get a very good look at his fucking blackest black tracksuit, though.
Yeah.
It's so
He's
weird.
got so many outfits.
He does.
Usagi, as she's approaching him, actually, the music box starts up again.
Right, yeah.
And Mamoru is like, why does this melody resonate with my soul? Which is a wild thing to say. And Usagi tries to, remind him who he is, like, the name Mamoru, name Usagi, and he's like, nope.
Haven't heard either of those names.
Nope. Not ringing any bells.
Here's a fun thing.
Yeah?
So I know we harp on this a lot. In the Deke dub, the name Prince Endymion
Yes.
doesn't exist.
Really?
Yeah. He is called Prince Darien. And now,
Oh.
this scene is not changed. Usagi does say, Serena does say, Darien, don't you remember me? And he says, Darien, I don't recognize that name.
Now I assume the Dark Kingdom.
Call him Prince Darien.
Mm-hmm. That's...
The Negoverse.
The Negaverse, yes. That's... bonkers. That's some ape shit.
Anyway.
Usagi is very upset.
Yeah, she's very emotional. And,
but she hears her mom calling her. And Mamoru sort of vanishes
when she looks away.
And her mom comes up to Usagi, and she's like, "Oh, you found the statue of the legendary lovers."
Yeah.
And Usagi's like, "What? What?" And looks more closely at the statue, and we see it's like two sort of, like, I would say like two people wearing like feudal Japan era sort of outfits.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with their hair.
No.
Because
they've got, like, the guy's got two buns?
Yeah,
except they're like...
He curls up, his hair curls
Yeah.
up into, like, buns, which is not, as far as I'm aware, a feudal Japanese hairstyle, but I could be wrong. Anyway.
But, her mom tells her the story of the legendary lovers of the lake.
Yeah, which is basically just, there were two lovers.
Uh-huh. A man who fell in love with an angel.
Right, yes. And there was... They fell deeply in love.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another woman.
Yes.
Who was jealous of their love.
Yes. Who was in love with the man.
Yeah. Because of course she was.
Yes.
That's how straight people do.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried to kill them in a fit of jealousy.
Her jealousy turned her into a monster.
Right, yes.
But the two lovers used the power of their love to seal her in the lake.
And then they died and went to heaven.
Yes.
Which is a very weird ending for the story.
I feel like, I don't think her mom said they died, but that is what you generally do before you go to heaven. She does say
they went to heaven.
She does say they went to heaven, and that is generally the thing you do before you go to heaven.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of this, like...
I believe there is a concept of heaven in Shinto.
Okay, and angels?
Maybe not.
Okay,
that might be
a translation type thing?
No, I think it is angels.
Okay, but it's an imperialism thing. Then.
Sure, yeah. It is probably based on Christian mythology.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that, but that is what I suspect. And
her mom tells her to come back to the hot spring or she'll catch cold.
Mm-hmm.
I noted that she says that twice.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi, this is a really cute moment, actually. Yeah. Usagi is very happy to have her mom with her.
She cuddles up to her. And it's like, oh, Mom.
And her mom is like, oh, you're such a baby.
Yeah, it's very cute. She doesn't say it mean. She's like, oh, you're such a baby.
And she asks Usagi to promise her that if she ever does, like, start dating a boy, to invite him over to their house so they can meet him.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi sort of sadly is like,
okay,
yeah,
but it might be a while.
Yeah. And we see Endymion,
who is on a different part of the bank of the lake.
He apparently overheard the story, though.
I guess.
I think we see him briefly in the background of...
Oh, yeah, we might.
Mom and Usagi walking back.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like, a monster. sealed in the lake.
Mhm.
Huh. Interesting. And I think Kunzite shows up here.
Yeah, he shows up in the air.
And he's like, "Hey, you learned the thing about the lake, huh? Cool, right?" And Endymion does a thing, which I also wrote down verbatim.
Okay.
Which is he first of all goes,
He's gonna summon his power.
"Hear me, bitter soul sealed in this lake. Now I command you to return to life. Arise, O ancient spirit." He makes a lot of noises in that sort of summoning. We see the bottom of the lake, we see bubbles forming, and we see like a bunch of bubbles forming all at once, and then there's like an eruption in the lake of the monster arising. And we see her, and she is a snake lady.
She's a snake lady.
She's a what people call a lamia, I believe, on the internet.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think it's lamia is a Greek mythological figure who is vaguely described as snake-like, but with no specific. I'm on my bullshit. No specific details, but she is she's got a human. Yeah. A humanoid upper torso.
As far as I'm aware, she is not based on a real yokai.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that. I don't know every yokai, obviously. Also, the legend is, I think, completely original. Like, made up, not, like, based on a real legend.
And she humanoid upper body, but with, like, long pink hair, I think. Yeah. And, like, green skin, and very sharp teeth. And wide jaw for snake-like teeth. And her lower body is a long snake tail. And also, she can fly. And she comes out, and Endymion has sort of a look of surprise on his face. And she yells, "Give him back!" And then we cut to commercial. So, I don't know if this monster has a name, but I'm just going to call her Give Him Back.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, she doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I believe she is just called Lake Spirit on the Sailor Moon wiki.
And when we cut back from commercial, we are sort of still in that situation where Endymion is being threatened by a snake woman that he has a weird reaction to. And also has a kind of a weird reaction to him. Yeah. And Kunzite is like, "Welp.
Bye.
He
Guess you'll get to clean up this mess yourself."
He says, "With your endless curiosity, you've raised a grudge from the past. What will you do?" Which, he's just the fucking DM of this game now, I guess.
Roll to defy danger, Darian.
And the monster sort of gets all up in Endymion's grill. And just goes, "Give him back!" again. And then, like, looks at him, and then, like, looks away, and looks into the forest. And she's, like, flying up in the air at this point.
Yeah, she has not, like, grabbed him. Right. And she spots the Tsukino family just sort of standing in a circle in the middle of the woods.
You know.
Like you do.
I
guess.
They're feeding birds, maybe?
Sure.
We see no birds or food.
No.
But, you know, they're watching birds.
And she sort of, like, locks onto Usagi.
Yes, and her eyes zoom in on Usagi's hair. And we see her sort of, her slit-pupiled serpent eyes go slit-pupileder. And she's like,
"Give him back!"
Yeah.
And then she flies down. So we, like, I guess as the monster is flying towards them, we do cut, like, down, and we see the Tsukinos. And they're standing in the woods. Yeah. And I think Usagi is sort of contemplating and sad.
Yes. I think she's looking at the moon.
Yeah,
Or at least that's her excuse.
Yeah.
Because her dad is like, "Hey, are you okay?" Because, like, there's tears welling up in her eyes. And she's like, yeah, I was just, looking at the moon. Isn't it pretty?
Mm-hmm. And her dad is like, she's such a mystery.
Yeah, she like, runs off to avoid
talking
about it. So, Usagi is headed back to the, hot spring.
Yeah.
And is sorta just thinking to herself about Mamoru.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, she's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And the monster's here.
Mm-hmm.
Snake Lady, give him back,
mm-hmm.
is here now. And she says what you think she would say.
Uh-huh.
Which is, give him back!
Uh-huh. Yep, that's exactly what I expect all snake ladies to say.
Well,
I know, it was a joke.
And Usagi is not having that.
Nope.
She is very scared, and also her family have caught up to her now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're like, hey, what the fuck is that?
Hey, what's going on?
And the monster attacks them.
Mm-hmm.
And she fucking breathes poison gas.
Mm-hmm.
And...
like snakes do.
Yeah, and the poison... they dodge the poison gas.
Uh-huh.
But Mom is like, look, the trees! And it, like, we see the poison stripping the leaves off the trees.
Uh-huh.
And Dad is like, it must be some kind of poison. And I love how, like, proactive Dad is about this.
Mm-hmm.
He's, like, analyzing the monster's moves.
Mm-hmm. Little known fact, he has an IQ that is over 8,000.
Ah.
He doesn't, he's a dumbass.
He's a dumbass, but he's being proactive.
He is,
He's analytical in
mm-hmm.
this respect.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi was very scared.
Yeah.
But she is not fucking having...
she's not having her family be in danger.
No. So she just yells, hey you! What's your big problem? You're totally ruining our family trip. Go away. Leave us alone. And Mom is like, Usagi, don't
make her
don't
mad.
do that. And then the monster
turns around.
Yeah. And give him back! And tries to attack Usagi. When Dad intercepts.
Yeah.
He has a stick. He supports his daughter's yelling at the monster, and is going to defend his family.
Mm-hmm.
And the monster grabs him by the neck and just shoves him into a tree.
Yeah.
And is about to just fucking rip his face off when he is saved by a rose.
Uh-huh.
A black rose.
A black rose.
But a rose nonetheless.
Yeah.
A rose sort of runs in front of their face.
Mm-hmm.
And Tuxedo Mask is here.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi's like, hey! Well, actually, Shingo says, look at this tacky freak show! And and Usagi says, don't call him that, he's a good guy! I think. And Tuxedo Mask says that he won't allow the monster to harm innocents.
Yep.
But Usagi kind of has to let him fight alone, for now at least, because she can't transform in front of her family.
Right.
I think there was a moment earlier where she almost decides to transform.
Yeah. I think it was when the monster was about to rip her dad's face off. She was like, moon! And then the rose.
The rose. Which, fuck you, show.
Listen.
Fuck you. Just, fuck.
What? Why are you so mad about this?
Secret identities are fucking cliche.
This show was from the 90s. It wasn't a cliche.
It was! Superman is from the fucking 50s?
Okay.
40s? 20s?
Who fucking knows?
30s?
Who knows?
60s? 10s?
I'm not gonna be able to answer you.
But, yeah, Tuxedo Mask has to fight the monster alone, and does, for a bit, and is kinda not doing so great.
Yeah.
When the 4 other Sailor Guardians just show up.
Uh-huh.
They're here now.
Mm-hmm.
Sailor Mercury, Shingo and Usagi are both very excited at this. I love that Shingo is also just like a real superheroes nerd. Sailor Mercury uses bubble spray, and shrouds the forest in fog. And Usagi tells her family, "Come on, this is our chance to get away. We should get back to the hot springs." And they start running, and Usagi starts running, and then stops running, while the others keep running away.
Yeah.
And then she runs behind a tree and transforms.
Yeah.
Which is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then the monster is attacking the Sailor Guardians and Tuxedo Mask. And from in a tree, we hear, "Hey, monster, over here!" And Usagi is just clapping at the monster to get its attention. And gives her speech about, I didn't write down this verbatim either, but like,
is it just
it's kind of the same, you know. You interrupted the Tsukino's family vacation. She is not anywhere near anyone she needs to hide her identity from.
Endymion.
I guess.
You know.
Would she think to
She's
do that?
She's in character.
Okay, she's in character. That's, you know what? That's valid. She's method. But then the monster just kind of uses tail whip and
lowers her defense?
Well, no, it is an attack. It does sort of knock her out of the tree.
More of an iron tail.
More of an iron tail. Yeah. And then we get the coolest shit, which is Sailor Venus and Sailor Jupiter doing a combined Crescent Beam Supreme Thunder. Which is just thunder encircling the fucking Crescent Beam. And it's very cool.
It doesn't work, though.
It doesn't work, though. It goes right through her.
Well, it makes her vanish.
It makes her vanish.
She reappears.
Yeah. So, and at that point, Usagi decides, okay, fucking gloves are off then. And we get our first Moon Tiara action in a little while.
Yeah.
And she strikes the monster, and it disperses. And reforms again.
Yeah.
So that also did not work.
Nope. And
then Rei says, "This isn't like any of the other monsters we've fought before. She's reading its aura, and she says, this isn't like a normal monster. This is a yokai. This is an ancient yokai that has been transformed by years of jealousy and hate. You know, like you do, And Endymion is like, "Yep, sure is,
sure is.
This is my bad. Let me
deal with it.
Let me deal with it." And
then Rei is like, "No."
Rei says, "That makes sense, except yokai are my area of expertise." And then she exorcises the yokai, and then
fire souls
it, and that weakens it enough that Usagi can now use moon healing escalation, which I don't know why she didn't think of that one before Moon Tiara action, but she could have just killed her. She might have just killed her by accident.
Needs time to moon healing escalation.
Sure. Needs almost the same amount of time to Moon Tiara action.
Monster's gotta be weak.
That's fair. It's like catching a Pokemon. And, so, you know, refresh!
Well, not really.
Not really. Sort of just like, refresh.
Does she say refresh?
I think she says refresh.
Okay.
But it's sort of subdued and light. And we see the monster transform into a lady. With, like, black hair and, like, a, kimono.
It's either a kimono or a yukata.
A kimono or a yukata.
Wish I knew the difference better.
Yeah.
I generally assume based on context, but there's not much clear context here, unfortunately.
But she is a human person again.
And she ascends to heaven.
Yes, she's also dead, because she's centuries old at this point. And yeah, we see her ascending to heaven.
And she, like, smiles and waves?
Yeah, she smiles down at the Sailor Guardians, and then she spots Endymion.
And waves at him.
Yeah. And he just kind of turns.
He
does
like a fucking 2-finger salute.
Yeah. And then and then just walks off.
Uh-huh.
And she seems kind of sad about that.
Yeah.
And she ascends to heaven. Although Tuxedo Mask is still here.
Yeah.
He just kind of ignored after the goodbye 2-finger salute. Ignored Monster Lady.
Mm-hmm.
And Tuxedo Mask is upset at Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to do anything about it right now. He'll do that later, probably. And he vanishes. And we get a cut to Kunzite, who is watching this go on.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
I don't know about that.
Don't know about that.
Sorry. Don't know about that.
And then, yeah, denouement.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the hot springs.
Well,
no. First, Usagi does get back to her family, and they were very worried about her because she got lost in the fucking bubble spray. But they're all okay.
Yeah,
and they're all together, and Usagi's really happy to have them all.
Mm-hmm. We cut to the hot springs.
Yes,
and we see all the girls.
Yes,
chilling in the hot springs.
Mm-hmm. And Usagi asks, "Hey, why
are y'all here?
Why are you here?" Which is an excellent question.
Excellent question.
And
I'm really glad we didn't have to ask it.
Yes. And Ami says that Luna told them that she was going to be here, and so they came so Usagi wouldn't have all the fun by herself.
Yeah, I love the idea.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Luna was like, God, I'm alone. I'm lonely. I want to be with the family. And so she went to the Sailor Guardians and was like, hey, Usagi left, hoping that one of them would take her to the hot spring. But instead, they were like, gotta go ourselves. Sorry, Luna.
I don't know if Luna was lonely. I feel like she might have just been disappointed that Usagi is not taking her responsibility seriously.
Family is a responsibility.
That's true. But I do love that too, of like, hey, y'all, Sailor Moon just fucked off. And they're all like, oh shit, sounds fun. And also, the fact that they heard about her family vacation, and were like, oh, we should join her. On her family vacation. We should join her and her family, who we barely know. At this hot spring.
Ray knows her mom.
Ray knows her mom from one interaction once, but it's very funny that they would be here. And that's the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, also, there's a song.
Yes, there's a song that plays over the end of this scene that is extremely good and has lyrics.
Yeah, it has lyrics. So, this is, I believe, our first image song. Image song is a...
Is this a thing, like a thing in anime that I just don't know about? It's a thing in anime,
yeah.
Okay.
It is typically a song that is about a character, and sung from that character's perspective, in character, by the voice actor who plays the character.
Okay.
And so, this song is You Can't Just Dream, and it is sung by Katono Mitsuishi, who voices Usagi in Japanese.
Okay,
It was written by Yukiko Koguchi and composed by Satoru Murakami.
Okay.
Yeah. The lyrics are
they
not
about anything in particular?
No.
Okay. But they are from her perspective, from Usagi's perspective. That's cool. That's a cool thing. To have.
But yeah, end of that episode.
Yeah, and then we get our next time on.
So next time...
That I've forgotten entirely.
So...
Oh, no, I haven't. I remember it now.
Yeah.
So, Rio Sweet suede-headed...
Sweet suede-headed baby boy Rio.
Yes. Is back.
Mm-hmm.
And is the target of the Dark Kingdom. Because apparently they're trying to revive all the seven great monsters. Hey, you remember that plot we did?
Mm-hmm.
What if we did it more?
Yeah.
You want... I mean, honestly, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling this. Now, let's just do some bullshit to get Sailor Moon out.
Uh-huh.
I'm not feeling that as much.
Uh-huh.
Although I liked this last episode because it was different from that. But returning to the Seven Great Monsters is maybe... Like, that's intriguing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Rio is back.
Rio's back, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the episode?
No.
It...
Rio.
No, it is nothing...
Ami versus Mamoru is the second part.
Uh-huh.
The first part is the search for something, I think.
I think it's...
We
should have written this down.
Yeah, we'll get to it, though.
We're gonna
say it next episode. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's episode 41.
Yeah. I will say, I'm kind of disappointed that there were no, like, fucking grandiose speeches from Endymion in these episodes.
No, there really weren't.
Hopefully he'll get to make it up before he gets fucking obliterated by Ami.
Yeah. Not a lot of Luna in either of these two episodes either.
No Artemis in the last one.
Practically no Artemis. Well, yeah, no Artemis at all in the last one.
Which you're fine with.
Which I'm fine with. Fuck that cat. But yeah. Episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I want to talk about Tuxedo, or I want to talk about Endymion a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
I like how it is clear that despite being evil, despite being brainwashed,
yes,
Endymion's personality is not different. He is still Endymion.
Yes.
He is just allied to a different side.
Yes.
Which we see in the fact that he's like, that's not very Bushido of you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he's like, he doesn't want to hurt innocent people.
Yes, he saves people from a monster.
Yeah.
That he summoned and feels guilty about summoning.
Mm-hmm.
It is, like, really, like, it's very good characterization, I think. That, like, without even showing, like, without flashbacks or anything, they are telling us how Endymion, the Prince of the Earth Kingdom, who, like, was a servant of the Dark Kingdom, how he and Princess Serenity became lovers.
Right.
Like, they're showing how he, like, was at one point allied to an evil organization, and how he could have been not that.
Yeah.
How he would become not that.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like, it's very good storytelling, actually.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't say as impressed as I am, but...
well...
You know. It's good, though. I like it a lot.
I'm glad.
And I'm kind of mad he's continually being the most interesting character in the show.
Yeah.
'Cause he shouldn't be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he is, but he shouldn't be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Usagi is up there. I think Usagi is as interesting as Endymion is.
That's fair. That's fair. Mako is good. She is not as complicated a character as either Usagi or Endymion.
Yeah.
Mamoru. Tuxedo Mask.
Darien.
I'll say, before we record episodes, I keep thinking about, like, other questions that I forgot to bring up about, like, world building shit.
Okay. That
are, like, frustrating me about why they haven't been answered yet. And then every time we start recording, I forget all of them. And I feel like that's probably a good thing.
Probably.
Like, I am more enamored with what's there than what isn't.
Yeah.
Which is good. But like, I do keep thinking about, like, I can't even think of it right now. Like, I can't remember. I thought of a specific complaint I had this morning, and now I can't think of it. because who cares when there's, like, this episode with, like, a ton of backstory shit and good pathos with Usagi and her family and her friends, and with Mamoru and a hot snake lady.
Fucking... you didn't say it earlier, but I felt it.
Yeah. Was it when I was talking about her teeth?
It was.
Okay. Listen, we're both predictable.
We are both predictable.
But, like, and the ice skating one was fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Oh, Mako can ice skate.
Yeah, Mako's really good at ice skating, which is fun.
Minako's fun.
I love that Mako... They very easily could have made Mako, like, kind of a klutz.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have been sort of the most obvious thing to do, I feel like, with her.
Would it?
Like, well, like, with her being, like, big, like, that being her main sort of comedy potential.
The thing about Mako, though, is... I've said this before, despite being strong and tough and all that, she is also very feminine.
Yes.
And I feel like there is a perception of ice skating as a very feminine sport.
Yes. She's, like, consistently... elegantly athletic, I would say.
Yeah.
Which also makes sense because she's literally, like, she does athletic stuff. Like,
yeah.
She does, was it judo? Or kung fu?
She does kung fu. She had to go practice her kung fu.
Right. Which does require coordination and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, of course, that would probably, in some degree, transfer over to, like, the dancing and the ice skating.
Yeah. She does judo throw one of those dudes in her first episode.
Yes, she does. Yeah, but it's cool that I think, like, she's complex.
Yeah,
I would say she's like the easiest thing to do is probably make the strongest character like super butch and like clumsy and dumb. Not
Mako isn't the smartest.
No,
we see that she has very similar grades to Usagi.
Yes.
But she's smart in other areas, like she knows how to cook.
Yeah, and she's street smart.
Yeah.
And she's, like, courageous and angry.
We haven't even... just fucking go look up just clips of the original deep dub on YouTube, and you'll probably find that one at some point.
It would be too much pod to talk about on the pod. But it's very good. It's very bad, actually. It's bad. I shouldn't even... It's not even... bad good. It's just bad. But she's good. Yeah. They're all good. Yeah. I think Rei and Ami are the most one-dimensional.
Have kind of been put on the back burner. Because we've had to, like, set up, like, Mako and kind of Minako, and there's all this, like, backstory. And we got so much time with them early on.
Yeah.
I feel like they're pretty complex. We just haven't seen that complexity in a while.
Yes. We might see more in the next episode.
We'll get some with Ami, definitely, I think.
It's an Ami focus.
Yeah. And as the series goes on, they have more room to grow. Right. That. We don't see this in the next time on, but it's also not really a spoiler, so I will say, next 2 episodes are Ami and Minako focused.
Okay.
Well, the first episode is Ami, second episode is Minako.
Okay. So I'm excited to get more of Minako.
Yeah.
I like that, like, there are little lines and stuff that have developed Mina as a character for me. Which is good because we haven't gotten the, like, big focus stuff that the other sailors have for the most part gotten. Yeah. Mako didn't get, like, a big focus
her first episode,
but...
she had her first episode.
Yeah.
Which introduced her a lot more than Minako's first episode did.
Yes. And also, Mako's first episode even introduced her more than Rei's first episode introduced Rei.
Probably.
Because, like, we don't get a lot of what is the core of Rei's character throughout the series in that first episode of Rei.
And we also got another Mako-focused episode a little bit later in the messy love rectangle.
Right.
Or Too Many Girlfriends.
Yes. So, yeah, but I'm excited to see more of Minako. But I do like what I've seen so far. Yeah. Like, she's interesting.
I'm curious if you could sum up what you think Minako's personality is from what you've seen.
Not easily.
Okay.
Which I think is a credit to... Yeah. Like, not because super complex characters are inherently always better. Like, Ami is kind of one-dimensional, but she's still fun and a good character. At least as we've seen her so far, she's
Yeah.
a little one-dimensional. But I could describe, she's the smart one.
Yeah.
But Minako...
She's the girl genius.
Yeah.
And Rei is the hot-headed psychic.
Yeah. Minako is the most experienced, and I think that shows through her lines. She might also be a little bit, like, not scattered, like, what would you call it? I don't want to say, like, airheaded.
Okay.
But, like her thing, I'm trying to think about her thing with the, like, sayings.
Yeah.
Like, besides just being a running joke, what does this say about her character?
Yeah.
And I feel like she's out of touch, maybe, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she's been doing the superhero shit for way longer than the other girls have.
Okay.
We don't know exactly how long Sailor V's been working.
Yeah, I think it's like a year.
Okay.
I don't think that's established in the show.
Yeah, which is not a ton of time.
No.
But it feels like... It probably feels like a lot more time when you're a 14-year-old.
And you're fucking fighting evil...
Yes.
An evil syndicate.
Mm-hmm. And I think that might be tied to her, like, sayings thing. Which is, like, she doesn't know how people talk.
Yeah.
Because she's busy. But also because of her experience with that stuff, she's also really empathetic towards Usagi.
Yeah.
And she seems like the most like Usagi.
She's definitely a lot like Usagi.
Of like, all the sailors, but in a way that still makes her a very distinct character, which is fun.
Yeah. Like,
this is the first time, like, this is the first sailor that Usagi can actually relate to.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah.
Like, that's a fun dynamic, I think. And it's also, like, it feels, like, important for Usagi at this point in her story, where she's going through a lot of shit.
Definitely.
Like, she's going through a lot of pressure from the fucking cats, and also dealing with her boyfriend, being evil, sort of.
Yeah. I will say I don't think you're wrong about the sayings, but I do think it's a thing in the Sailor V manga. I do think that's characterization from that.
Okay. I mean, that could still track. Like,
Yeah.
it could still track with her, like, it should. It could still be, she's just kind of out of touch.
Yeah.
With the real world. Because she's too busy dealing with masquerade shit. I do also want to say, world building wise, this is not a complaint. I know you get scared every time I say the word world building.
No, your tone made me not scared.
Okay. I really love I love the mix of sci-fi and fantasy in this.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get, like... Because this was a monster in this last episode, the Youkai. Yeah. This is a Youkai.
This has nothing to do with the Dark Kingdom at all.
Yes.
Not in any way whatsoever.
It is just a monster that just exists in the world. It is...
Also... Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you,
no, it's
but
fine.
Does prove angels exist?
Yeah.
Because if she's real, that story happened.
Yeah.
Unless it's been diluted.
Well, no, here's the thing. I think maybe you know shit about the show that contradicts this. I feel like the implication was supposed to be that Endymion and Serenity were the couple. Oh. Because, like, Endymion has this, like, weird moment of recognition. Yeah. Of, the monster, of Give Him Back. And Give Him Back, identifies Usagi by her hair.
Yeah, but they don't look like the statue.
No, yeah, exactly. They don't look like
so
this.
Yeah, okay.
Which makes it more likely to me, like, if the statue just happened to be, like, an entirely different looking person with similar hair, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. But, she just made a mistake. Like, the monster just mistook her for the girl, right? But the fact that the statue is so different actually makes me think, like, the statue is just an artistic representation of, like, the characters in this legend that nobody has ever seen because it happened, like, hundreds of years ago. Yeah. but it's like it felt like that was the implication to me.
Okay. I don't know if that's ever followed up on or made explicit, but
okay.
That's a good, yeah.
And the way, like, the monster lady, when she transforms into not a monster, looks back at Endymion and everything, and gets, like, seems to get, like, her mood soured a little bit, even though she's going to heaven, because he's, like, walking away from her. Yeah,
the only part of the legend that breaks for me, I guess, is what does them going to heaven mean? Does it mean Serenity taking Endymion to the moon?
I assume that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. God, so many women want to fuck Endymion in this case.
That being said, there is definitely a heaven, so I wouldn't be surprised if there were also angels.
Yeah.
But I do like, between this and the first psychic CEO, the little girl psychic, and those monster people, maybe.
The monster people?
In the hotel.
Oh, right, yeah.
I like that this is it's like a fantasy kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Like, just ghosts and yokai and psychics.
God, I just thought of another thing we're gonna get to.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Ghosts and yokai and psychics and shit are real things that exist, and they don't have anything to do with the aliens in the show. Like, there's just also aliens who are also sorcerers. Which is really cool. Like, it's a cool aesthetic, I want to say.
Also, Ami was going to be a robot.
Yep, I forgot we had to talk about that. Yes, so, okay.
We're going really long, but that's fine. We can talk about this.
We need to talk about this. I'm going to... Hang on, let me open...
Oh, are you going to pull up the YouTube comment?
Yes,
okay.
I want to give credit where credit is due.
I mean, I knew about this.
I did not until this comment, so I want to be... So, credit where credit is due. We got a comment from a mutual friend of ours on one of our videos, AHR42, who asked... Well, didn't ask. Just made a comment that mentioned... Okay. In that episode, we talk about how the sailors each have, like, some sort of weird extra power. Like, Rei is psychic. Mako is super strong. And we talked about, like, Ami doesn't have anything explicitly weird like that. Even though, like, except maybe, like, her intelligence.
Yeah, her over 9,000 IQ.
And AHR commented, I wonder if Ami doesn't have anything weird a la psychicness is because she was initially supposed to be a cyborg.
So the original plan Naoko Takeuchi had for the manga...
Yeah, to be clear, I did not know this before this comment.
...was that... there were a lot of plans. She kind of, like any writer...
Right,
She brainstormed and threw a lot of stuff at the wall.
Yeah.
The original plan for Ami, and I don't know if this was the plan for Sailor V or the plan for Sailor Moon, but regardless, she was originally planned to be a cyborg. And she was going to die.
Like, soon? After her introduction, or...?
At some point.
Okay.
And, like, permanently.
Okay. Cyborg how?
I'm unclear.
Okay.
I don't think there's any, like, further details than just she was going to be a cyborg.
Okay. That's fucking wild.
But the editors were like, no. Which is a bad decision, I think. I mean, I'm glad they were like, hey, don't let Ami die.
Yes, that is a good decision. But what if she had been
Naoko Takeuchi can do what she wants, but I like Ami and I'm glad she doesn't die forever. But she could have been a robot.
She could have been a cyborg.
She could have been a robot.
That would have been
pretty
cool. Also, who made her? And why?
Unsure. Because it's not like her parents have any significant presence.
No, they don't. Maybe one of them was just going to be a fucking mad scientist.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was going to be, like, made by the Dark Kingdom or something.
Maybe. Or made by the Moon Kingdom. I don't know. I have no idea.
Or just made by a completely third party. Because, again, like, the thing I like about this stuff is that, like, here's these two factions, and also just a ton of shit that has nothing to do with these two factions.
But anyway, yeah. So, as always, thank you for listening. You can find me at Lorena27 on Twitter.
And you can find me at Frylord Zarek on Twitter.
And you can find the show at late_school.
And thank you to Kevin MacLeod for the use of his song Semi-Fun.
Gotta watch Yuri on Ice. Gotta watch some ice skating.
Is that it?
That's it.